This true story my Uncle Mark told me on a camping trip one day. I'm jealous about Uncle Mark. Well, when he was alive, that mother got in fights after fights after fights and won every goddamn fight he ever fought. Well, that's what he said anyways. When my dad testified to me, Uncle Mark was a thoroughly dangerous man. He got saved in 1987, June the 8th, 1987, so hallelujah. But if you made him angry, you had an enemy on your hands. Even after he was saved, the landlord screwed his water up so he can get any water, and he was going to kill he was going to kill him. Aunt Judy, who put it all in the hands of Jesus, said, "No, let's put it in the hands of the Lord." And the landlord came back later in tears, apologizing, and fixed their water up. Uncle Mark, I wish I was like Uncle Mark. Because there are some people in this town, some men in this town, I would beat their asses within an inch of their lives if I was like Uncle Mark. I beat their goddamn motherfucking asses, bloody, and put them in the goddamn hospital. A dog attacked Uncle Mark when he was a kid. He was strangling the dog. His dad had to pull Uncle Mark off the dog, and the dog never bothered him again. I wish I could be like Uncle Mark was. And he was saved too, so he got the best of both worlds. He was a person you didn't fuck with. People were afraid of him. And he went to heaven when he died. Why can't I be the same way? But anyways, here's a story Uncle Mark told me. There's this place with a reputation for being haunted. Some out of the way place in the country, woods. And he went there one night. He was drunk. He had a sawed-off shotgun. And being drunk as he was, he'd hide in the woods. And when a car would be coming, he'd jump out of the woods, shoot the shotgun above the top of the car, and yell, "Get the hell out of here!" And they'd turn around and they'd get the hell out of here. Well, eventually, a sheriff's deputy's car came down the road, and he jumped out of the woods. "Get the hell out of here!" And at the cop shot, he told me, but instead of getting the hell out of here, those sheriff's deputies got out of the car and pulled their guns on him. And Uncle Mark said, when those sheriffs got out of that car and pointed their loaded guns at me, I sobered up real quickly. They took him in the sawed-off shotgun, and the sheriff came the next day holding the sawed-off shotgun and said to Uncle Mark, "You know, this is a felony. This is a felony. I could lock you away for a long time. This is not a misdemeanor. This is a felony. But since you ever cut this gun like he did such a fine job, here, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep this gun, and I'm going to let you go. But I want to see you in this county again, boy. Do you understand me?" And Uncle Mark got out there with, man, Uncle Mark was my hero. Man. Let's see if I can remember some other stories. Okay, here's another story he told me about. His brother's name was John. He's dead too now. Well, he was in the bar in Grifton, I think. It was Grifton. Yeah. And it was a pool hall. And John was in there. And some of the ruffians there came up to him, started pushing her around. Hey, aren't you boys, what, didn't you vote for Jimmy Carter? Don't you like Jimmy Carter and peanuts? Talking his shit. And Uncle John would tell me the story and say, yeah, when that guy with that curly red hair talking to me and all his friends, I knew it was not a wise move to start a fight with all those people there. So he went and got Uncle Mark. And it was Uncle John, Uncle Mark, and their friend Cricket. They went back to the bar. Uncle Mark said, go ask him, go tell him I'm the guy who likes Jimmy Carter and peanuts. So Uncle John went and started talking back to the same guy with the red hair. And there was another guy trying to sneak up from the side that attacked John. Uncle Mark saw him. Uncle Mark flew at him with a roundhouse punch. Knocked him in the forehead. Split his fucking forehead wide the fuck open. They thought he hit him with a cue ball, with his fist. Every goddamn one of them were running out that slowly moving style door as it was flapping as they left. The bar owner said, look, I'm not telling you to leave. I'm begging you. I'm asking you to leave. I'm begging you to leave. You just run off all my business. But Uncle Mark, I wish I could be like Uncle Mark. He was fucking awesome, man. I wish I would. The only thing about him that I didn't like was he looked his age. I want to be like Uncle Mark, like while looking young by being a hottie. Did you know he was so feared? And it was sometime after the year 2000, he found out he had a daughter. All unto this time, all the family thought including Uncle Mark, only thought that he had one son, Michael, his name, by his wife Judy. But he found out her name was Roseanne. I forgot the daughter's name, but finally in sometime 2007, sometime around there, I don't know, 2001, I don't know, finally came to Mark and told him, you got a daughter. This is your daughter. The reason we didn't tell you when I was pregnant with your daughter, my mother was so afraid of you that she made me keep it a secret. Fear and submission, baby. If I'm not gonna be a good-looking guy, if you're not gonna love me, I want you to be afraid of me. And I want to be able to strike fear. I want you to be afraid of me. Do you understand me? I just need to get into the fray, get into a few fights, hurt a few people, toughen myself up, get rid of this cowardice I had, stop being a fucking coward. Or I get lucky, hurt a few guys, not females, but guys, who oppose me, who bitch at me for measuring arms, or females. If I can hurt a few of these guys and seriously damage them, you can take your fingers and jab them really hard in the solar plexus and incapacitate them. Go for the throat. They're guys. Go for the balls. Go for the eyes. He's just a man. It is possible to kill a man no matter how big and bad he is. And if there's no other way, just wait till he goes to sleep. He's got to sleep sometime. That's when you can be his undoing. My Uncle Mark found that out. When he'd get drunk and beat on his wife, they both say they both got saved in 1987, June the 8th. Judy was crying, but she looked at him and said, you go ahead, beat me now, but you got to go to sleep sometime, and when you go to sleep, I'll be there. And Uncle Mark the Great, this scared him. On more than one occasion, he went to my grandparents' home. Grandma and Grandpa Claiborne, that's his parents, and asking if he could sleep with them. Because Judy had told him, you gotta sleep sometime, and when you do, I'll be there. See, even Uncle Mark was not invincible. But he sure busted. He sure. And there's this place, the Grill. It was called the Grill. Big Boys. In the 70s, when I was growing up as a kid, him and my dad used to go there and get in fights all the time. Well, there's these guys with the black belt. And incidentally, the guy I'm talking about is friends of mine, Ricky Tolston. Him and I are friends. We became friends in 2003, I think. Ain't that a small world? And, you know, him and Uncle Mark would have an altercation. And Uncle Mark said, I'll whip your black belt. And Ricky Tolston knew Uncle Mark would just shoot him. You know, but anyways, my Uncle Mark was a fucking bomb. Man, why can't I be like Uncle Mark? Yeah, he got to have his fling, and he got saved and went to heaven when he died. What more can you ask for? Now, sure, sure is even Uncle Mark said on the camping trip, I may be at the very bottom of the rung, but at least I'm in there. That's more than you say of a lot of these hypocrites wearing three-piece suits and shirts who are going to go to hell. At least I'm in there. They're not.